Testing the audio. We got audio. We don't have the music going though, so let's go ahead and get some music going. Welcome. Just a quick little stream here. I should actually change the screen to something like that. This is going to be a quick little stream, just doing some graphic art for an OBS scene. We're going to be working on a scene for if I have to duck out for just 5 minutes or so. It's going to be a sort of a be right back screen. And this is what it's going to look like. I don't know whether to go ahead and use this one. Let's go ahead and use that. I'm probably going to have to go ahead and blow chat up a bit because I can barely read it. There we go. Thanks, Mick the middleman, for the alert. And welcome in. All right, let's go ahead and give you a bit of a catch up on where I left off. So, got this little draft going. It's going to be Got a Duck Out is the name of the scene or the picture, and it's just me in a duck suit heading out the door. So this is a draft. I'm going to have lower the opacity on this. And then we've got a couple more layers going here. We've got a line layer, which I'll crisp up the lines and do the final line work, and then a color layer which actually needs to sit underneath that so the line goes on top of the colors. And that's about it. To start, I'm just going to be looking at the screen, doing a lot of drawing. I'll try and keep an eye on chat, but it is on a different screen, so please be patient if you've asked a question and it takes a minute for me to see it. I'm a bit new to OBS and streaming, so I've got to figure out how to get the little chimes when someone does comment. But we'll get there. Early days. Alright, so we've got, you can see the brushes on the side there. I'm using a thin ink brush. I'm doing all this in Clip Studio Paint. Also a new program. I was using Photoshop for most of my digital art, but having lost Photoshop, didn't want to pay for the new license, so went ahead and got this Clip Studio Paint program. So it's kind of like Photoshop, but it's still a little bit new. We'll see what the differences are when I try and do something and have to spend 5 minutes figuring it out. Should be a good old laugh. I'm using a draw pad, an Intuos, a Wacom Intuos draw pad, or Wacom, however you say it. And it does have some pressure sensitivity, so I can work with line weight as well. Alright, we'll go with that brush size. Might just lower the opacity a bit more on that background layer. Why isn't that erasing? Oh, because I'm on the other layer. There we go. E. Alright, we're drawing on the layer. Why can't we erase? We can erase. Unless I drew that on the note. Alright, I drew it on the color layer. So let's go ahead and just rename this. No, you know what? Let's go to line layer. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Jump back to line. I don't know if I want these to be odd shapes or to go through the effort of making them actual circles. Or have them slightly oblong like that. What I might do is use a tool. Oh, here we go. This is where it starts. Ellipse. What sort of line weight we got there? Can we change the line weight on that? Brush size. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll drop a couple more in. What's going on there? That was weird. M should be marquee. Right, there we go. Let's put one up there. Drop one over here. Have them off center. Zoom in on this, make it a bit easier. I have to remember to talk up into the mic. I have a habit of mumbling to myself, so that's something I'm gonna have to get used to now that I'm actually talking to people on a stream. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of highlights here. Now we have some googly eyes. Run this run that out a bit wider. I'm not too particular with my line work, but I will go through towards the end and just sharpen up some of these lines where they have a rounded edge. I like to go through and just sharpen them up a little bit. So they're a little bit crisper, but that's usually something I do after I've got the basic lines down. And where I have to add a little bit of a line, I'll try and taper it in so that when I draw over the top, it doesn't have a big gap. I can go through and tidy that up afterwards. Getting used to this pressure sensitivity as well. Maybe that. And just thin it out. All right, move on to the bill. Chat, I'm going to change to a different screen so I can see chat a bit better. Let's jump over to here. Jump onto my channel so I can see chat. Get rid of the echo. Rock and roll. I'll put that there because it goes up over the screen. All right, let's do this. Almost there. One moment, please, caller. All right, there we go. Now I can jump back to the stream. Actually see the chat. Rock and roll. All right. I'll make that big too. Back to the job at hand. Okay, so we do this the easy way. And we'll just copy and paste that bad boy. Job done. It does seem a little bit harder to control the pen, the stylus in this program rather than Photoshop, but that could also be just that it's been a while since I've drawn using it and I'm still getting used to it. But we also have no music, so where did that go? Music, please. Again, I will go through and clean up all the lines a bit later, but for now that'll work. It's a costume, so it doesn't matter if it's not a perfect circle. And these, on the other hand, and maybe instead of cocking my neck sideways all the time, what I should do is, nope, not that. I should zoom out. Oh, I wonder if you can, no, that's ruler. Just trying to figure out how to rotate the image. Let's get rid of that. That's odd. It locks to that when I try and transform. We'll do this. Is that on a different layer? It is on a different layer. So when I did the copy paste, it pasted it on its own layer. That's interesting. Alright, well let's see if we can merge these layers. Duplicate, layer mask, merge selected layers. There we go. That explains why it wasn't rotating the whole thing. What I'd like to do though is rotate the whole canvas. So let's go to edit. Rotate flip canvas. I just want to free rotate. There we go. Alright, what's the hotkey for that? Doesn't have one. Right. No worries. I know how to get there. Even if I got to do it the long way. Alright, pen. Now this guy. What I might do is stop it there. Nope, that's not it. Is it that or is it that? Maybe. Maybe what we need to do is run this down and around. Like that. I've also got to figure out this music because the music stopped again. Why does the music keep stopping? I want to post this on YouTube later, so I have to use what do they call? Royalty-free music. So I'm just going to the YouTube audio library. Just putting in some instrumental hip-hop, chill-hop music. No, it's going. It's just that there's a bit of time between tracks by the look of it. No dramas. We back. Now, what's going on here? This is wrong. I was on Mick the Middleman's stream earlier and we were talking food and pizza. Now I'm bloody hungry. We didn't get into the whole should pineapple be on a pizza debate, because that's a minefield. But we were talking pizza places. Oh, I jump. We're talking different pizza places and different types of pizza. And yes, it was a discussion that was making me drool. It's been a hot minute since I've ordered a pizza. What I might end up doing is getting rid of this part here. And we'll have a little tongue poking out. get a pen and have this little guy. Because ducks also have tongues. I don't know what they look like, but I'm sure they got them. What that duck tongue do? What's that? That is a funky duck. All right. Let's go with some. Why is my pen? Oh, it might actually work. Actually, might actually. I've switched pen to some sort of crayon by mistake. But does that work for an eyebrow texture? All right. Abort. I'll do it cartoon style. That went haywire. Let's run. Two lines. Ooh, we don't want to look angry now. We don't want to look angry. Edit. All right, here's what we do. We go marquee tool, select that, transform, flip it, enlarge it. Is it? No, it's not Alt. Control. Thin it out a bit. Right, so if I copy paste this, it's going to paste it on a new layer, right? Copy, paste. And if I flip it horizontally, oh, we do the whole canvas. Let's zoom out for this. Make sure I don't flip everything. Might have done flip canvas. Oh, so if we do transform and then flip it, not canvas, transform. That's what I did wrong. Yeah, sure, do that. Zoom in. Is it Z? And it's not Z. Is it K? It's coming back to me now. And again, the music's gone. Every time the song ends, it doesn't run on to the next one. I just want it to keep playing. I don't have to keep doing this over and over again. Audio library. I might have to find another way to play music. That's all right. Problem for another day. That is a problem for another day. Let's go ahead and merge these bad boys so that they're on the same layer. I'm so going to get caught out by that later on. That's okay. I'll have to turn the pressure sensitivity down a bit. It's a little too sensitive. And quick as well. The tapering's really quick. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. That is very thick. Good. The line weight on this is all over the place. Again, I'm gonna need to go in later and shave some of this off. Oh, not much. Yeah, I'll go through and shave the lines. Maybe that'll help. Oh, we got a weird brush again. I could also just stop being so picky. And not worry about if it's a little bit wonky. Because again, it's just a screen to say, I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to take this. Check this out. We got this. Copy paste that so it's on a new layer. While it's still highlighted, we're going to flip it. We're not going to flip the whole canvas. We're going to flip that horizontally. And then we're going to flip it vertically. Maybe I should actually leave it that way. Rotate the bad boy. No, don't do that. Do that, and then that, and then that. Alright, that looks like someone's head in a duck costume. Ears be hard. Tiny eyes. Right. I'll run this down. Run that around. Needs to go up more, needs to be there. All right. We can run a shadow back here. Right, so that one needs to run down there. Something like that. Darken this up. Not what I wanted. No, we'll leave that. And get rid of that bit. And I feel like there needs to be something here. Put in a few little mustache lines. Get some beard lines happening. Thicken up the lines around here. Get rid of this pig nose. Right, that's looking like something. Cut in that cheek. No. Right. Boom shakalaka. Let's chunk that back on stream. Go back to that brush. I think that needs to be closer, like that. Then we can have a crease. Went and typed P in chat, that's good. Ayah. I'm liking that. That's looking good. Make sure we're on the right pen. Now. Ooh. This is the part I want to get looking a bit better. I'm gonna kick it off at the same start point. I don't want to redo these legs. Make them look a bit better. Duck legs. I normally use reference as well. I don't don't know whether to make them look like duck legs or human legs. I might try for a hybrid. Put a little knee in there. Nope, not what I pushed. No, I think we're going to go with thicker human legs. Thicker at the back, or thicker at the front, or both. I think I'm going to make it obvious that he's wearing some sort of flippers as part of the costume. Facing the right way. I think I probably need to do that rotate canvas trick. Which was K? No? What was that one? And if, yeah, okay, if I hold down shift, it snaps it to that. All right, cool. One's gonna be, oh, nope, that ain't right. One's gonna be out like this. That one's gonna come back more. Probably like that. And there'll be creases across here. Something like that. Again, the silence, the no music. That's not gonna happen. Now I do have some of this on a different layer. The body on a different layer to that. So let's go ahead and merge those bad boys so that we're all on one layer. The legs. That one's alright. I feel like I don't know. We might get away with that. Let me just rough in with the right pen. If I just rough in something. It's roughly the right size. Alright, cool. We can work with that. Like that happening. God, how many lines do I want to do? Now I have a feeling this is gonna have to mount. On more of a sideways angle. And these are gonna come to about there. If we're doing something like that. Nope. It's too damn small. Let's grab it. Transform it. Not enough. That don't match that. Okay, we can fix it. We have the technology. We can rebuild it. We can make it stronger. We can make it look more duck-like. but we don't want to spend a lot of money. Right, let's chop this to there, chop this to there. They're going to be our match points. Game, set, match. Run this back. Try and join it up to something like that. All right, we run this around. Run this. I think we need more of that. Let's just run it to the tip. Right. We're going to have a lot of cleanup to do. But as long as we can get the basic shape, we'll have something to work with. Better? It's a bit better, but we could do with some more work. I think the heel is not down far enough. I think we need to run that heel down and then run it across more. And we can cheat at that. So let's go ahead and cheat. Keep that though. We might just run this part down. Oh, better idea. Better idea. We take this. I don't even know how to do this in this program, but I don't quite know how to change the pivot point in Clip Studio Pro. Oh, it's as simple as that. Right, cool. And that way we can run this to where we need to. Don't gotta be a whole lot, just enough to redirect this. Better. Now the other thing that's jumping out at me as it seems to be the webbing stops here on this flipper, but it stops all the way back here on this flipper, which would be here. So I have to like halve that length and have the creases here. So let's go ahead and zoom on in. Get rid of this guy. Trim that one down. trim this one down. And run the lines like that. That still work. We can still have a line that runs down. Man, that's such a sensitive line weight. How many times am I going to scoop out of it? I just want one clean sweep like that. Would be nice. Wow, that's right. I've got the erase brush set up differently to the brush, if that makes sense. So what I do with the eraser behaves differently to what I do with the pen. Again, I ain't a professional at this, and I'm definitely not a person who's familiar with Clip Studio Paint. But that's going to be half the fun, is learning this program, figuring out what it can and can't do. For the most part, it feels very intuitive and feels like it can do everything that Photoshop can do. This feather. What is going on with this little guy? Let's go ahead and redo this guy. Because that ain't working. I can see what I was going for, but it was a swing and a miss. Somewhere between the two. Yeah, something like that. Oh, it changed pen on me again. Alright, ready, Mr. Music? Oh, it's been an hour already. Time zipped by. Alright, so what I'm going to do for the next stream is tidy up the line work. I don't think we'll get to coloring, but I'll get the background layer in. I need to create a new layer for the background, which is the door. I can show you a bit better here. The door that he's leaving and the text. But we went from this to this. So I think we got an improvement. We got some lines down. We'll tidy them up, get the edges and the points to where they look kind of like this. And go from there. Thanks for joining. I know it's not the most exciting stream, watching someone draw and listening to music that sometimes pauses, but we're all learning. We'll get through this, no doubt, and I'll be an OBS professional by the end of the week. Sure thing. All right, that's it, guys and girls and everything between. Thanks for joining. I will be streaming again, maybe later this week, maybe next week. Don't really know for sure. We'll see how the schedule goes. And bye-bye.